Hello everyone, I'm Rebecca. Welcome to Zenith Workouts. Today I'm just going to take you through a sample class, not even a sample class, but some sample exercises so that you can choose the level that's right for you. Because we have beginner videos, we have intermediate videos, we have advanced ones, often called level 1, level 2, and level 3. And where do you start, right? So here we go. Bo, you're off. Go on. Go on. Go see daddy. Go see daddy, go outside. So let's say we're starting on our back and you're finding your neutral pelvis, meaning you have a small space behind the low back. And in our level 1 video, I would prompt you to bring a leg up to what we call tabletop or chair position, where the knee's right over the hip, and lower it back down and switch sides. And you'd be looking to do this with good form, meaning your pelvis wouldn't be moving, your abdominals are nice and flat. You could even put a hand there to test yourself as we do this. And we might do different movements with the legs. So you could try a leg out to the side. And if the whole pelvis goes along for the ride, then starting at a level 1 is a good one for you. Level 2, we would be working on bringing the second leg up to tabletop with absolutely no movement through the spine and a good form in the abdominals. So just getting this arm out of the way so you can see. Without good form, it might look like this, right? You might bob around and things would shift. With good form, you're going to be strong in the abdominals. The abdominals are going to stay flat. The low back is not going to move. The pelvis isn't going to move at all as you bring that second leg up to tabletop. So if that's challenging, you're not working at even a level 2, you might pick like a level 1, 2 video, I think would be better for that one. By level 2, you're able to have the hands off as well, moving the arms around, no movement through the waist, and probably adding arm and leg, right? So like a toe tap where the arms scissor, right? This is a strong and solid level 2. For level 3, we're going long with our limbs. So you would be stretching a leg out and lowering it, maybe reaching both arms up overhead. Or we might get into doing both. I don't do a lot of double leg stuff. We just often don't need that level of strength, but both legs might move up and away, the arms overhead, or we might do straight legs, lower them, but again, that form, right? If your low back shifts a bit, we're not really getting out of it what we want. Maybe bend the knees, straighten, come back up. So that would be our level 3 for that. Then we do work on our belly. So if you come onto your front, some level 1 examples would be to work on keeping that pelvis nice and still. And you could even put your fingertips under your hip pointers to monitor. But we'd be focused on keeping a nice still pelvis while we lift a single leg, not very high as you saw, and then switching. Right, the upper body would be nice and still, and we'd be just focusing on the leg work. Because often this will generate tension in our low back, especially if we're not used to doing this work. The other thing we'd begin to work on in level 1 is probably lifting the upper body without the low back moving. So you'd have a nice drawing in of the low belly and then float the face and the throat and the breastbone without any tension in the low back and while keeping the abdominals drawn in. Right? The other thing we might do in level 1 is do a little bit of arms, but we're probably not doing both arms at that point. We're focusing on lifting our upper body and then maybe doing a single arm, maybe a reach forward and back. That's pretty hard, right? By level 2 though, you should be comfortable to hover your upper body, have the arms reached forward, and lift a leg, and then add an arm, add the opposite arm, without things twisting through your center. So it's not like a big, it's very solid in your abdominal, rib cage, pelvis. Leg and arm lift, leg and arm lift, and comfortable. Then by level 3, we're floating all the limbs. We're really drawing it in the belly. The legs can float, the arms can float, the shoulders stay away from the ears, and we're able to go swimming. Without that low back rocking side to side, and with the pelvis staying really still in space. The pelvis not rocking either. Good. On hands and knees. Level 1, sometimes just getting comfortable, putting weight through our hands, getting the organization of our shoulders so that we're not here, but we're really pressing that breastbone away from the mat, getting broad in our shoulders. And with the true level 1 videos, we're just working on reaching an arm forward, keeping everything else still, and maybe reaching a leg back. I won't say maybe reaching a leg back. We would definitely work on that, right? It would always be an option to keep with just a leg or just an arm, or sometimes in the level 1 videos you will see the option to add the opposite arm. But if you can keep, like, say you could balance don't try this, but like if you could balance a hot cup of coffee on your back, or maybe you have a small ball you could put on or something to sense, if you can reach a leg back and the opposite arm, and do some things with it, then you're a good level 2. Easy, right? For that exercise. You might find other ones hard. Level 1, we might get into hovering the knees, right? But by level 2, you're probably looking at being able to do some long planks. So you could always modify with a hover instead, but you're looking to keep good form in your core as you move into that long, tall plank. By level 3, you're able to do the long, tall plank, and you're lifting a leg maybe, or bringing a knee forward, or rocking back and forth a little bit, right? That's your level 3 there. With the side lying stuff, level 1, we're just learning to organize ourselves on our side, get comfortable laying on our arm, keeping our hips nice and still while we raise a leg and lower, right? While we raise a straight leg and lower. So we're building the strength in the outer hip, right? So if you find that, if you laid in a nice straight line, and when you go to raise that top leg, and maybe even try to circle it, if you feel like, oh, wow, I'm moving my whole body when I do that, then level 1 is a really good place to start for that, or level 1, 2. By level 2, we're usually looking at we're working to bring that second leg off the mat in some of the exercises. So we might lift top leg, bottom leg, lower it down, and we're probably coming up onto the forearm for some. Even if we're just supporting there while we do some leg work. We don't even have to be doing a side plank in the level 2, but this would be a good example. Some level 2 work. By level 3, we're adding a lift of the pelvis sometimes, or we're doing it up and kneeling. So at level 3, we might lift the pelvis and then do some leg work, right? Or level 2, 3, level 3, we might be on a bottom knee, arm, and the straight leg, and do our work, right? So just choose a level that is challenging for you, but not so challenging that you can't focus on the form, because you're going to get so much more out of it if you can do it with a good quality. There's millions of other exercise videos out there that will just take you through a workout that makes you feel the muscle burn. But these really are, more of a deliberate pace and more, designed to focus on your deeper core, balance of your muscles so that you can help to prevent injuries and protect vulnerable areas and move better and feel better and live better. So thank you. Hope you found a level that might suit you and challenge you, and we'll see you on the mat. Thanks.